So now we're gonna prepare the veggie wall. I'm gonna spread some compost from the municipality. And the veggies, they are more nutritious demanding, so they need more nutrients to grow and also more water than most of the perennial species. So here we had a bit extra of soil amendments to the area. Not only the compost, but also manure. And we always use organic materials. We don't put any chemical amendments in the soil. This is also very important to what we're doing. Okay. We have already decompacted the soil previously, so now we are just gonna mix the organic materials in this area. This is manure, very well composted with a lot of worms, so this is gonna be great to our veggies. Look at this. It's full of life inside. Now we're gonna spread it a bit more with the rake, and then we're gonna mix that with the topsoil. This is some weeds that were at the bottom of the pile of compost. We take them out because of the seeds. And the veggie wall is this ½ meter around your mini forest. This will grow fast, will give you food fast, and will also protect the perennial species in the middle, because they grow much slower and they need more protection from the wind, from the extreme sun exposure, etc. Sometimes your compost or your manure will bring some plastic, so remove that. Here we were very lucky with the soil amendments we got. When you have clumps like this, you break them. These are full of worms. These are from the manure. And if the manure is too fresh, you have to use very little, or maybe choose another type of manure, find another source, because it can burn the roots of your plants, of your veggies. Also, this work we are doing around here will allow the soil to improve around the food forest, because the veggies will get out of the system. In 6 months we'll probably have no veggies. Maybe some cabbage will stay, some chard, but the rest will go away. But they were working to improve the system as a whole, because they were leaving their roots in the soil. And it's important to not uproot your veggies. You cut close to the ground. This will keep the root structure in the ground, and your plants in the middle that will stay for the future, they will find a much better area than if we haven't done this job before. More clumps, we break them. And I think it's more or less everything well distributed. So now it comes the time to mix that with the soil. Remember, we did this manually. So we went deep in the middle part, the 2x2 area. But this part around, we only did it with a shovel. So it was like this. Here it wasn't decompacted, but basically you go deep. Here we are lucky because the soil is not so hard, and then you decompact. This is what we previously have done. Now we put the soil amendments and it's time to mix it. So if you previously decompact, it's going to be easier to do this mixture now. If you do it with a digger, you do the whole area, not only this area decompacted and mixed with the soil amendments, but also the path between mini forests. This way you guarantee that the whole systems are connected and that you promote better root growth, a better soil microbiology, and that is gonna bring you even better results than what we did here by hand. But by hand, since it is a lot of work and it takes time, this is our approach. But still, you get really very good results doing what we did here by hand. It's good to have the soil dry. If it's too wet, it's going to be much harder to do this mixture. With your hands, with the shovel, and even with the digger. If the soil is too wet, the digger will come and will take big clumps of soil, and they will not be easy to mix with the soil amendment. So in that case, you must wait a bit until you get a soil that is a bit more dry and loose. Especially in areas where you have a lot of clay, those are the most challenging areas. But if you do a good soil preparation in areas where you have clay, you're gonna get the best results. Much better than if you do it in a soil where you have a lot of sand. But still, you can do it in any type of soil and also in any type of climate. You just have to follow the principles. Here it's also important to go deep, and then when you come up with a spade or a shovel, you don't simply drop, but you do movements like this to guarantee that the soil mixture gets better. And if needed, you do this another round. You invite your friends, your family, you do it together as a party, and then it's going to be easy. Or you skip the gym and do it a little bit every day. After a week, you have prepared one mini forest by hand. also good to change your hand, because this way you get a more body balance and you don't get always the same arm doing the job. It's better for your posture, for your back. And for your arms too. After this, you can go with the rake to make it straight, to remove the rocks, the bigger stones, and also some weeds that might be in the middle. And then you're ready to plant. And remember, we do it bit by bit, mini forest by mini forest. But at the end, we can achieve a big area that has been planted and is doing its job in terms of regeneration, in terms of producing food, not only for you, but for the animals, for the insects, and also creates an ecosystem that will attract many more plants to the area. And from here, as a biodiversity spot, it will spread seeds, and eventually from here you can have an impact in the surroundings, even if it's a small plot. And of course, the bigger the plot, where you have mini forests, here we have space for 4. You can do many more. The bigger is the resilience of the system. We have the markings here of the center. We try to keep them through the whole process to not lose the markings. And in this way, it's easier to do the job in the veggie wall and in the perennial species area. So this is what we recommend when you want to do the soil preparation by hand.